That would be fun. How are you? How was the night? How was yesterday?
I feel amazing. Started off the day with a lot of willpower for the first time in a long time. Thank you.
What else did you observe? Anything what came up in the dream? Anything that came up?
Yeah. Breakup stuff. But it felt okay. It wasn't like one of those super sad dreams where you're longing for someone that you used to be with. It was more like I saw her with someone else and it was okay. And I don't really remember the dream, but yeah, I remember waking up and feeling like, oh, I had one of those dreams I was afraid of having. It wasn't bad. So yeah, I woke up with clarity and felt very rested. I was so tired last night. Yeah, I feel good. Ready to do anything that we do today.
Seriously, unconscious like last night. It was just like, and just gone.
Yeah, that was a lot.
And then woke up, was like, what?
You're dead to the world.
Yeah, woke up really just feeling really clear inside. All that, can't imagine like all that stuff that, got released. Just feel really expanded, like I'm just very aware of my surroundings. Feel a huge shift in how I relate. Like there was a lot of stress this morning getting out the door. I noticed it. I noticed the prickliness. And it was like, let's go. Whatever. Didn't trigger. Was actually fun. So, yeah. And we had a good time. But woke up and I was like, must send that email. So.
So you were productive too?
Huh?
You were productive too?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I had some work stuff to do as well.
Anything what came up from yesterday night session?
From yesterday night session. The end healing. My wanting to do, and there was some competitiveness that came up for me that was, I'm glad it worked itself out, I'm still wanting to be like the one that knows or that feels or that, senses or that to do it right or, all that. And it was just like, just do it, just, whatever, fine, You don't have to do it anymore. Like a last hurrah, maybe?
Nice.
Yeah. And now you're going out of focus, so. And I do feel more present and in my body, not up here anymore. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Slept. Yeah, I went right out, meditated. It was just like, could have stayed meditating. You know, I thought like I'm just gonna roll with this for as long as I thought, okay, I'll just go to sleep. But it felt delicious and new and like different, and, you know. Slept great. Woke up and was like, is this me? it's like the eyes are in the right position, but everything else feels different. So that was like pretty pronounced. You know, it's like, keep asking me, how do you feel? I'm like, there's like so much going on that it's hard for me to like find any particular insight. Though this morning I too had something kind of just come up. It's like, you know, why do I need to show how much I know, or, you know, be insightful, or, you know what I mean? Just that, like, can I just be what I'm going to be, you know, by myself, or just with a little bit of competitiveness, or, you know, that kind of piece to it. And then obviously driving over here, that's like a trigger for me, being late and driving, you know, so I just kicked right. So dumb. So dumb.
That's dumb. We wanted the stress.
We wanted the stress, yes. And I was like, you know, driving should be my practice.
It should
Like,
be.
that should be my
It
practice.
should be. And during rush hour or something.
It's like, when there's
Bruce is a
almost
road
enough
rage driver.
space. I'm not a road rage. I'm definitely not a road rage. But there's almost enough space for me to get where I can go and then make my left, but there's not quite because that person won't move. I just gotta love that. I just want that so hard. So,
It's a
yeah.
good exercise to say, I like it.
Yeah, lots of opportunity.
I like
Yeah, we definitely, and then that piece last night, you know, you said coming on top of Kai, where I noticed that, like, oh yeah, let me give the final word. Like, I was like, I don't want to go, and, you know, just I want to be with my friends today. And I was like, Kai? Then he's like coming in on top, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to like deliver the final word. Just like put this conversation to bed. You know, I was like, okay, that doesn't work. So.
it. How is he doing?
He's asleep.
That's good.
He doesn't know, like he will acknowledge at some point, like whenever we see him, you know, will say, oh, you know, maybe I was a jerk, or yeah, that was profound, or whatever. But like right now, he's just in that, like, I've just got to go, like, play with my friends, and but he will notice.
It might be a couple of days.
Yeah,
This takes, like, I'm in the same spot as you are. Like, if we're processing, we don't even know what we're fully feeling. You know, imagine where he is.
right. Yeah. So.
So I'll start with Dylan. He was really cute. I went to get him up this morning and let him know, because I tried to let him sleep as long as possible, but I wanted to make sure that I got him on his way. So I went and woke him up, and he was like, oh, are we starting? I'm like, I think it might be good if you like hang out with Kai today. What do you think? Oh, I can do that. I don't have to go. I'm like, you never had to go. He's like, oh, well, that's not what I meant.
Oh, that's sweet.
So anyways, he's on his way to go hang out with Kai and chill with friends. I think that would be very healthy. Good way for them to integrate. Spend the day together. And then for me, I mean, I feel like I've already had like a whole day. Just starting again. Last night was really interesting. I really enjoyed that last. I don't know what it was, what you did, or what the intention was, but I had a full-blown like journey that was pretty interesting. And I mean, you can kind of see I have Buddha statues around. I've always had images of Buddha in my periphery. I haven't really known why, other than I'm very much a peace seeker, and I've always been, since a child, like a peacemaker, and that's really the energetic that I feel with it. But I've never had, like with other masters, I have very like deep, rich relationships and like profound experiences and learnings. But with Buddha, it's never been like that. It's just been like more of a, like an energetic placeholder for my association or reminder of staying in my peace. But then in that experience last night, it was like I was greeted, like there was this like whole thing that came in, and I don't need to share it, but if it's meaningful, I can. Yes, no, yes, share. So there was like this energy that like, it was different than any other journey I've ever experienced, and I've experienced some journeys, but it was like these pink, like chrysanthemum flowers came in, and then through the flowers there was like this golden dragon, and he was like eating the flowers and then like peeking his head up, like, you know, like letting me see him and then not letting me see him. And it was so gold, there was just so much like gold, like I've not seen ever like that. And I just was with this very like visceral, like vivid, luminous golden dragon with these coming through these flowers, and it was like this invitation to explore into that field. And so I allowed myself to go further, and I started seeing this, like this revolving kind of source point of gold in the cosmos. Like it was like going into the field of this golden dragon, and then through that, like allowing myself to just merge into that field, and then seeing this source of gold, and how like the gold is dispersed, like these almost like flakes of gold coming off of this gyrating source of gold, and how that energetic was like both transmitting but stabilizing energetic consciousness in different fields, like that it's held together, and like there's obviously, like we're sitting in separate chairs, and yet there's a field that holds us together at the same time. And then there's also energetics within that field that allows us to communicate and feel each other and breathe each other, and on so many different levels. And the gold was a whole other consciousness and tool within that. And so I allowed myself to just be with that for a while and watch how the gold precipitated itself, and how its properties, and how it I just allowed it to teach me. And then I was in this questioning of like, who is this consciousness? Like who is here? Is this me, or is, like, I was just exploring that feeling of is this source? And then there was like you know, in Chinese there's the yin and the yang. And there was like this energy that kind of, so as I went in through the gold, then there was like this yin and this yang kind of like, you know, very harmoniously, and almost you couldn't even tell that it was anything other than one energy. But then as I really studied it, then it started to come like this. And it was these two little China doll girls. And they were like and they were like revealing themselves, like and they were like and they were like dancing to the music, and they were just throwing out little flowers, like these little, and it was like, and they were like doing this little synchronized dance, and I'm like, this is so beautiful. I almost was just like, okay, wow. So divine feminine. And then like as if they morphed into these eyes, it was just like, and it was Buddha. And it was like, it was just this like,
Wow.
and I've never had like not in this body yet. It was the first time I ever experienced like the force, like the magnitude of the Buddha energy. Like it was so different, and I'm like chilled, but the magnitude of it and like the grandeur and majestic energy of it was just like, but yet so delicious. Like it was so I don't usually use that word with masters, but it was just like, wow, yes, bring it on. Give me more. And so I kind of didn't want to like open my eyes. So I just wanted to stay there. And yet there was a time when it was like,
Amazing.
so that was pretty cool to go to sleep in that energy and crawl into bed with a little angel next to me. And then, yeah, I can talk about my other stuff later. Just be with that energy.
Sounds like a profound experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really beautiful. Have a totally different relationship with gold now. Buddha.
Well, thanks
Your
for
gold
sharing.
Buddha in your future.
Funny that you bring up the dragon, because yeah, that was mine as well. And yeah, my internal struggle is trusting myself and what I know and feel and wanting to make it something.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Wow.
Looks like you.
Don't look at me like that, please. Oh.
And then I asked you where that music came from, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Where did it come from?
Buddhist Heart Sutra.
What?
The Buddhist Heart Sutra.
Oh wow. I was a dragon, and I wanted to get up and fly around, but I kept resisting and pushing it away. and judging myself. So. Yeah. Not trusting myself. What I felt.
Remember your color?
Green. I don't remember, but when I close my eyes, it was green. It was a very cool feeling. Having wings. Flopping and trying to get myself up. Yeah.
It's funny because it sounded like that. I heard this. I was like, "That's a weird scraping," you know, like it sounded like that. And I was like, "What's going on?" And then this just wave came through. But I heard that, and I was like, "That's a flopping." You know, that's like an animal trying to get up or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Still battling. Still battling inside a little bit. Rationalizing.
What do you remember?
What do I remember? It's funny because when we ended my, what was that called? Or you anything like that? Be free? I'd be saying free. I allow myself to be me. And when I was a dragon, you know, I felt really free and just powerful and, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but like, you know, yeah, that really let myself feel or fully experience. And even now, I'm like, wow, I felt like I was dragging because I'm a kinesthetic learner. She saw the image because she's a visual learner. I'm just like trying to rationalize it all inside, you know, to make it downplay it, and you know, and I still can't. I still can't. I want to. Already laughing. I'm resisting, but there's an energy pushing me back, and I just want to fall on my head. Oh, yeah,
Why are you resisting?
because it's scary. That really hurt.